I'm attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I'm going to be ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Covering more action here in the Scottish Premier League as Hibernian take on Kilmarnock. Now, before we get into this video, this game was suggested to me by a commenter on YouTube, so David McGregory, thank you so much for the suggestion for this game. If you guys have any suggestions for games you'd like me to watch, make sure you leave them in the comment section below, whether you're viewing this on TikTok or YouTube. I try to get back to as many comments as possible, and pretty much all comments on these videos. So yeah, leave any suggestions if you have them. Now, Hibs came into this game off the back of an opening week win in which Martin Boyle scored their only 2 goals of the game. And I'm sure you can imagine my shock when I look at the FootMob lineup for the start of this game, and Martin Boyle is not in the starting lineup, and neither is Jack Iredale. At this point, I was nearly ready to start preying on Hibs' downfall, but you know what? I'm a better person than that. And unsurprising to me, Hibs would start dominating this game quite early on. They would actually grab the first goal off of a very powerful header off of a corner, and it wouldn't be too long before they grabbed their second. Because Johan would score a 1v1 to surely send Hibernian into the halftime break with a 2-0 lead. However, not so fast, as Kilmarnock would actually pull one back before the edge of the half. A really nicely worked team goal with a cutback that fortunately beat the last man. It would go into the halftime break with Hibs having a 2-1 advantage. However, the game would get turned on its head when 18-year-old wingback Ben Brannan would score a diabolical volley from the edge of the box that just lobbed the keeper. You don't see volleys like this much in terms of shots in football. And what I mean by that is you expect most of these volleys to be, struck clean through the ball, power, low, hard, whatever. But he he struck it really awkwardly to the point where it just perfect loop, just right over the keeper's head, couldn't keep it out, made it 2-2, and Kilmarnock would have a fantastic chance to win the game late on. Because after some incredibly poor playing out from the back from Hibernian, it was awfully dealt with. It was won by Dutch striker Janiro Daniels, who had a beautiful chance to lay an easy ball off to his teammate. I think it was David Watson, who was running forward with him. However, he opted to, instead of setting his teammate up for an easy 1v1, shoot a curling shot from 25 yards, which blazed over the bar, which probably lost out Kilmarnock's last chance to get 3 points, and the game would end 2-2 with a draw. Overall, this game was actually quite decent. A lot of good moments, very high intensity, and that volley from Ben Brannan is going to stay in my head for a while. And you know what? Because of that, I'll give it some good ratings. I'm going to give this game a 6.7.